Hello world, this is Dennis, and there's a lot going on the amateur radio bands today. Um, don't mind that, I got the scanner on with the local repeater W9TCH. Actually, I'm trying to find W9TCH on the amateur radio bands because they're up at the Horicon National Wildlife Refuge. Them and various other amateur clubs throughout the U.S. and maybe even Canada are doing special event stations today, and you even got the Boy Scouts doing their jamboree. So there's a lot going on the amateur radio bands. So right now I got the Kenwood R2000 and the ICOM ICR75 turned on, and like I said, I'm trying to hunt down W9TCH. I don't know if they're broadcasting it or not. I've been monitoring the vocal repeater, and it sounds like some of the guys are still on their way up to the site at the Horicon National Wildlife Refuge. So maybe they're not even broadcasting yet. Usually I would go on that DX Heat website and try to track them down that way. But to be able to record, I have to, and not screw up my computer, I have to unplug my wireless USB adapter. So, kind of a blind hunt at the moment. So, let me get in my chair here and let's start tuning around the bands and see what we can pick up. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but on this one right here, whoops, I gotta turn that off. I'm on 7.229.2 kilohertz or megahertz. Here, let me see if I can zoom in just a little bit. Let's just do it like this. There we go, that's a little bit better. It can actually... Let's try one more. There we go. That looks good. Let me just hit the dimmer on the display of the Kenwood here, see if that helps. That looks a little bit better. Let's turn up the volume here.
WBATLI, you are in the log, you are in the log, you are in the log. Thank you very much, 73, have a nice day. WBATLI, bye-bye. This is November 8, Bravo Charlie. Other station, Charlie 8, Bravo Tango November. November 3, Yankee Zulu, 59, Nancy Sugar 39. You're very welcome. Glad to be here. Can do it for you. Break with you. Cheers at November 8, Bravo Charlie. Kilo Charlie 8, Bravo Tango November. Again?
Before I forget, in case anybody is wondering, I'm using an attic antenna. I have my dipole set up in the attic of the house here. Reason why I did that is because did some looking around, and I couldn't do the jumper option like I did with past locations, because on either side of the house where I could potentially put up an antenna, there's power lines, and well, obviously you don't want to put up an antenna near power lines. So really couldn't do an outdoor option. I know somebody might say, well, why didn't you do a sloping antenna? I really can't do that because outside my main window here, underneath the house, it directly is the sidewalk, and couldn't snake it around the building because, like I said, power lines. So my only option was to do an attic antenna. So for the most part, this setup works pretty nice. I'm on the second floor and the antenna is up in the attic, and reception is pretty good. Obviously, it's a lot better than just using an indoor antenna, telescopic whip antenna. It is a bit noisy on some bands, which is, to be expected because, technically the antenna is still inside, but at least it's up high enough where I can actually get some decent reception. So that's the antenna I'm using for my radios here. Let's just start at the beginning of the phone part of 40 meters, 7.125, and maybe the W9TCH special event station is broadcasting now and we can track it down.
Okay, was that Whiskey 9 Bravo Kilo? Is that right, over? Okay, your state again, your state, over? Oh boy, you dropped down a little bit. I'm still having trouble with your state. Repeat it a few times, please, over. I'm still not getting it, sir. Just repeat it about 3 times, over. Okay, Illinois, I got it that time. Thanks a lot. I apologize, but thanks a lot and being patient, okay, over? Okay, QRZ NYQP from November 2, November, over.
Okay, well that's not W9TCH.
W2DX 59 November, India Alpha, over. Over to you, 459 in East Liberty, Ohio.
I've noticed just by tuning around the bands and looking on DX Heat that there's a lot of New York stations on today.
In northeastern Ohio, NA Bravo, Charlie, Georgia. Charlie, National Parks in the air, QRZ. CQ National Park, CQ National Park, CQ National Park. November 8 Bravo Charlie, November 8 Bravo Charlie, National Parks in the air, QRZ.
Still not W9TCH.
We're super checking. We want to hear from everyone that gives us the idea of the propagation within our area. If you hear someone on frequency and wish to contact that person, please say contact. We'll hook you up and you can either move on to another frequency or have a short conversation. So this is NATUW, and this is Midcars, the Saturday edition.
Yeah, I was about to say, I thought this was Midcars.
And we'll go ahead and ask for anyone for the schedule at the top of the hour.
Good to hear Midcars coming in strong. Oh, we got an AMer.
I like the screen modulation. You don't have to deal with a bunch of, and of iron and stuff like that. Yeah, on the 4X150, I started the Viking 1 I have modified. It's got a 4CX250B in it now, but I started that mod using the 4X150, and it worked really well. Of course, it is plate modulated, so I couldn't give you any advice there on the screen modulation on the 4X150, but if I crank up the power supply variac on the Viking 1 here, I get 170 my ear. But the 807s are, they just can't, they get about 65% modulation at that point. The mod transformer and the 807s are really, they just gave up the ghost up there. So you got to crank it down about 130 watt carrier to get 100% mod on that. But typically I'll crank it down to 25 watts and drive the amplifier. I've got the old MLA 2500 that I put the 74s in. I've got that over hooked up with the Viking Bud. And I got the and the brakes here.
Well, I'm going to stop the video so I can upload this and, re-engage the internet so I can see if anyone's, spotted W9TCH on the air. If not, I'll just keep scanning around them. When I do finally find them, I'll start recording again. So, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, peace and all that good stuff.